Hello, everybody. My name is Alan Smithson. I'm a co-founder at a company called MetaVRse, METAVRSE, and I am super thrilled and proud and honored to be presenting to you today on the Metaverse, the future of the internet, and I'm going to get started. Thank you so much to Boji and CKGSB and the China Start program. I was a member of the China Start program a few years ago with my daughter, Abby. So I want to say thank you to Bo and everybody at CKGSB. It's a pleasure and an honor. I hope this presentation brings you some value. If you have any questions, you can add me on LinkedIn. I post every single day. But you know what? Without further ado, let's get started and talking about the metaverse. So I'm going to go into full screen here. The metaverse is the future of human communication, collaboration, culture, and commerce. And the way I define the metaverse is really the current internet that we have. So basically we have, Zoom, things like this now. We've got Zoom, we've got bidirectional video, we've got video, audio, text, everything that the internet already offers us. Plus, we've got virtual, augmented, mixed reality, and 3D, the ability to go into the internet, walk around virtual worlds. Websites are going to be more like virtual worlds than flat websites that you scroll. You're going to walk into them. So XR is virtual, augmented, mixed reality, but really it's the internet that you can go into, but the internet can also come out to you in augmented reality. So imagine when we have glasses, you can have now the computers bringing data and information and graphics right to you in your real world, and using things like AI, natural language processing, to be able to talk to non-player characters, using machine learning to decipher all the amazing data that we're going to be able to collect around the world, about the world around us, about us in general, and the decisions we make. Using deep learning to also solve problems at scale, and CV, or computer vision, to understand the world around us, and use the cameras that are on the front of these glasses to understand where we are and project data in the right context to our world. And the last part of the metaverse, in addition to XR and AI, is blockchain, the decentralized layer of the internet, giving ownership of digital assets to the people. Blockchain falls under three categories: NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, cryptocurrencies, DeFi, even DAOs, distributed autonomous organizations. And so the metaverse really is the internet we have, plus XR, AI, and blockchain. So that's how I define it. It is going to be the explosive growth of a massive industry. It's estimated by a number of investment banking firms that the metaverse opportunity is over $8 trillion. It's estimated that 110 million people will be in metaverse by 2023. And NFTs last year had a trading volume increase of 704%. Now, of course, it's an outlier in the first year. They've since dropped down, but you're seeing a massive growth of an entirely new industry. The value of virtual worlds is pegged at about $800 billion by 2025. It's not a far stretch when you think of Roblox and Fortnite and Minecraft and some of these other multi-billion-dollar platforms. And the compounded annual growth rate of the entire industry is going to be 75%. So you think about, the growth of the GDP is at, 5-6%. The compounded annual growth rate of this industry is going to be 75.8%. That's insane. And of course, this technology, VR, AR, MR, 3D, AI, all of these can lead to higher conversions, better use of resources, but also more efficiency. And I think as we move to more efficient systems, whether it's shipping or on-demand purchasing or on-demand production of goods, I think we can reduce the amount of waste. And I think this is truly a spectacular use case of this technology. So let's think about the metaverse in terms of, instead of the technology layer, what is it going to do for society? It really is going to be the future of communication, collaboration, culture, and commerce. And so you really have this ability to define how we interact with each other, how we interact with the world around us, how we interact with the internet, how we create new IP, how we create new entertainment realms, and then, of course, how do we buy things? So all of these things are laid out here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to showcase a couple of different products and their market cap or their valuation or how much money they've raised. really, because if you want to know what's happening, what's going to happen, you really just follow the money. So that's how this presentation is going to go. We're going to break it into communication, collaboration, culture, and commerce. Let's start with communication. All right, so the first one I'm going to showcase is VR chat, and VR chat has blown up. They have millions of daily active users. They have the worlds themselves are being created by the users. There's no monetization strategy yet, but they've raised a lot of money. There's a huge following here. You can dress up as an avatar. You can be a robot. You could be a couch. You could be anything you want. And I think they've kind of created the most robust kind of moment where you can be anything and do anything. And that's super exciting. And there's no rules right now. VR chat has raised $95 million to date. Discord, maybe it's not a visual layer, but Discord is where everybody is talking about the metaverse, whether it's NFTs and blockchain or XR. Everybody is converging on Discord. It is the kind of chat for the gaming world. Discord's last valuation is $15 billion. This is a company, really interesting. They're called GatherTown. And basically what you do is you meet up with your work colleagues, you create these little spaces, and it creates that kind of, because everybody's working from home, it creates a virtual space where people can walk to an office, they can randomly bump into people, and it kind of creates that serendipitous moments again in the office. GatherTown, as of their last valuation, was just shy of $1 billion at $700 million. Rec Room is another one in VR, and it's super cool. People are having a lot of fun with it. It's very similar to VR chat in that it's, consumers are, and people are just building the content. So it's become quite a community of games and experiences and fun all in VR. Rec Room's last valuation was $3.5 billion. That leads us to another behemoth in the market, Horizon Worlds by Meta or Facebook. They are creating kind of virtual worlds for work, virtual worlds for play and games. And, because they actually make the Oculus Quest headset, they have a built-in, group of people that have got the headsets. They've subscribed to Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp. So they have a built-in huge network of people. And Meta's last market cap as of May 11th was $510 billion. They were close to $1 trillion at the beginning of this year. So I think there's room to grow there. Collaboration. The reason I show this is because there's a lot of companies working on this stuff, but the real magic is when you take IP, whether it's new IP or existing IP, and then you bundle it with the technology. If you look at this here, there's a company called Sandbox or Animoca Brands, for example, and Animoca Brands has partnered with all of these different IPs, and they're really, really on fire. And the last valuation of Sandbox, which is owned in part by Animoca Brands, was 1.4 billion, and Animoca's last valuation was 4.4 billion. This is an interesting game. It was the first real play to earn game where you played and you could build these axes. It was called Axie Infinity. It is called Axie Infinity. And you can actually start playing a game, earn money by converting these NFT assets, and you could sell them on the marketplace and earn real cash with this. So this is a huge opportunity for people to earn money by simply playing a game that they love. And their last valuation of their coin, because they have their own coin, the AXS coin, is $1.4 billion as of May 11th. You look at this here, this is a company called Spatial, and they really started out focusing on meetings and conferences for businesses. And since they've pivoted slightly, now they're kind of more into the NFT world, art world. Is just a little bit more cool. So they've kind of gone from the corporate look to the kind of casual look. And Spatial has raised $22 million. Here's an interesting company. This company is called Big Screen, and they have the most used app in VR, period, hands down. And all it is the ability to have a very large screen in different environments so that you can watch movies with your friends. And the reason why people use it so much is because you're not playing a game or anything, you're just literally watching a movie. So, hours go by and you can sit next to your friends anywhere in the world and have a conversation with them while you watch a movie. Super cool. Big Screens raised $14 million. Fortnite is owned by Epic Games, and Epic Games is a behemoth. Their last investment was $2 billion, $1 billion from Lego and $1 billion from Sony. And Fortnite is the kind of leading factor with regards to all of this. And this game is just absolutely incredible. 100 players play each other in a battle royal, and the games go on and on and on, and thousands of millions of people are playing every single day. And Fortnite, Epic Games, their last valuation was $33 billion. Roblox is another one that's got huge traction. Roblox at the beginning of this year was close to a 40 billion valuation. They've since taken a bit of a haircut because the whole tech sector has fallen. But Roblox is attracting brands. It's attracting kids. Kids are building. They keep 80% or 75 or 80% of all the revenues. If you build something and sell it, they take 80% of it. So they have a massive business model of user-generated content that they're monetizing. And there's some talk around, are they monetizing children's work and stuff like this? But you can't doubt the fact that they have a great business model. And their last market cap of May 11th was $14 billion, down from 40 at the beginning of this year. Another one is Decentraland, which is a fully decentralized kind of Web3 metaverse world where you can buy plots of land and build on anything you want. And so this was a really interesting eye-opener of virtual land sales. And Decentraland, allows you to build anything. It's a little bit cartoony. They don't have the graphics engine that they use is very old. So, the graphics are kind of okay. But you start to see this is the kind of look and feel that everything takes in Decentraland. So people show up in kind of all sorts of costumes. It's super fun. You can walk around. It's like a social game. And Decentraland, at the beginning of this year, they hit a high of $15 billion, and they're currently sitting at about 1.3 with their coin, the Mana coin. I just wanted to point this out here. This is XR collaboration. We partnered with Accenture, Qualcomm, and Deutsche Telekom to put together a list of all the XR collaboration tools in the world. And if you notice this, and I'll show you the website in a minute, it's xrcollaboration.com. But you've got avatars, you've got medical simulators, you've got industrial simulators, all of these to help people communicate together in VR or AR or 3D. And it's super cool. It's xrcollaboration.com. It's a free resource. Let's talk a little bit about culture, because this is super important. As we're building these things, it's starting to seep into our culture. We've got, Yuga Labs with Bored Ape Yacht Club, and I'll get to that in a sec. Forbes, Vogue, TechCrunch, all of these companies featuring the metaverse, featuring different brands, and it's really hitting into our cultural iconism, if you will. And it's very exciting to watch kind of new IPs be created out of thin air. NBA's Top Shot is an NFT program where you can buy video clips of NBA games and you own it. You don't own any rights. If you resell it, you don't get anything out of it. Or if you resell it, you can resell it, but you can't take that clip and say, hey, news station, I get money when you play it. It's not how it works. You just own that clip, and you have the bragging rights, basically, like having a baseball card or something like that. You have it, it's yours, you can resell it, but it doesn't mean you own the rights to that player or anything like that. And Dapper Labs, the company behind that, their last valuation was $7.6 billion. Here's another one, Artifact. This is a super cool company. They actually do wearable digital fashion. So, they've got shoes that are all funky like this. You can see all the funky designs that they've been doing in AR and also in 3D. And Artifact has been designing some pretty sick shoe designs. And there's no reason or it's hard to understand why, what you would do with digital shoes, but they managed to get the attention of Nike, who acquired them earlier this year. So Artifact got acquired by Nike, and they're doing some really cool NFT drops. They just did one, was $143,000 digital shoe. There was only one made. So stay focused on this and see what happens with this in the next near little future. Yuga Labs, or Bored Ape Yacht Club. This was the first NFT that had the ability to, when you bought an ape, so let's say I bought the Japanese one in the top left there, when you buy the ape, you actually get to use it and you own the digital IP rights as an owner. And I could make a whole cartoon series about this. In fact, there was a comedian recently who bought a Bored Ape and he built a whole story around it. Was in the beginning of building a complete cartoon around it, and somebody stole his NFT and ended up now he's not sure what he's going to do here because he doesn't own the NFT anymore. Somebody else owns it, which isn't the reason for blockchain trustless systems, so we don't have to do that. Like, don't we know who owns it because it's on the blockchain? Can't we just go and find that person and take them to court or something? I don't know. Anyway, but NFTs are seeping their way into our collective consciousness as society. Here's Paris Hilton on the Jimmy Fallon show. Look, they even cartoonified themselves as their apes, as their Bored Apes. And the Bored Apes Yacht Club was in Rolling Stone magazine twice. And so it's really starting to get into our culture. And Yuga Labs' last valuation was $4 billion. Art is another big piece of the metaverse. And if you have been living under a rock, you won't know this, but Beeple was an artist who made one piece of digital art every single day for 13 years or 5,000 days in a row. And he sold that a complete opus of every single piece of art for $69 million. Now, the art pieces are strange, they're weird, they're wonderful, but there's one for every single day. Actually, up until a couple of weeks ago, 15 years in a row, every single day, he posted a new piece of art. And the other day, he missed the day for the first time in 15 years. So he's restarting. And that sold at auction for $69 million by Christie's. It was the largest digital art sale in history. This is a company called The Fabricant. I love what these guys are doing. They're making digital fashion. They don't make any physical clothing at all. Digital fashion for your avatar so you can rep what you feel and what you want to wear in the metaverse. Super cool, really cool fashion icons, beautiful stuff. They've got a whole marketplace of avatar fashion that you can buy things. And The Fabricant raised $14 million recently. Avatars are going to be a big part of the metaverse. And there's a company called Ready Player Me that is building kind of universal avatars. I believe right now they have over 2,000 platforms, metaverse type platforms, using their avatar system. So really cool interchangeable avatar system where you can go create your own avatar as a humanoid, as a dead mouse. They did a party or an event with dead mouse. So all of these things allow you to represent your virtual self in the metaverse. And if you think about it, physically, I may see 5 or 6 or maybe 10 people in my day. So my physical clothes may be seen by 10 people, but my digital avatar may be seen by thousands or tens of thousands or even millions of people in a day. So I think avatars are going to be a really big part, and direct to avatar sales of products, goods, and services are going to be a real big part of the metaverse as well. Ready Player Me raised $13 million. Let's talk about commerce for a second, because if all of these people are buying direct to avatar clothing and glasses and accessories and shoes, where does that leave us with commerce? Are people going to buy real things anymore? Or are they going to buy digital goods only? Are they going to buy a combination of both? When I buy the Gucci glasses, do I get the physical ones and the digital ones? Are they a pair? Do they come together? Maybe there's a QR code on it. Maybe I can actually NFT the glasses so that any subsequent sale of the glasses, the creator gets a percentage. Who knows what's going to happen with this? This is a company called Genies. They make avatars as well. Their last valuation was $1 billion. And then that leads me to OpenSea, which is a marketplace for NFTs, for digital assets. And OpenSea has kind of become the de facto standard. They do about 80% of all NFT resales, and their last valuation was $13.3 billion. This is a company called Obsess. They do super high renderings, but their stills are kind of 3 degrees of freedom. So you land at a point, you can look around, but you can't kind of walk around. But they do this for retail. You can go and you can purchase any of these items. It's really, really beautiful stuff. It's called Obsess. They've raised $10 million as well. Farfetch, which is another company, is really partnering with Snapchat, and Farfetch is crushing it in the kind of the cool factor, if you will, of fashion. And so Farfetch is doing a lot in augmented reality, in virtual reality. They're really pushing the limits in 3D as well, virtual try-ons of shoes and stuff. It's really, really exciting to watch what's happening here. And Snapchat itself is really the biggest AR platform in the world, and their market cap is around 35 billion. They've actually just lost quite a bit of value in the last few days, so this number may be a bit old, but Snapchat is the #1 AR platform in the world, hands down. They've done over 1 trillion snaps featuring AR filters, something with maybe bunny ears, a hot dog, all of these things. So Snapchat is one you definitely want to watch, and they have spectacle glasses that are coming out very soon. They have them out with creators already. They're super cool. I got to try them. This is something that's near and dear to my heart. This is called the Mall, and the Mall is 100 floors, and each floor is 1 million square feet of retail and entertainment in the metaverse, and it's actually built on our metaverse engine. So I'm really proud of it. We invented the Mall. We're bringing it to the market now. We built our own avatar system. It works on all devices with a simple browser link. So now you can just send somebody a link and say, hey, join me in the mall. You and your friends can go shopping. You can go to concerts. You can go to comedy shows. You can go to movies. All of these things within one central location in the metaverse called the Mall. And I'm very excited. We've just opened up private sales. There's only 100 floors of the mall. So if anybody's interested in buying a floor of the mall and using it for retail, entertainment, things like this, let me know. And I'm happy to put you in touch with somebody from our team. It's themall.io. Now, with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the mall, because what's a presentation without an actual demo? So here's the mall, and this is not the final avatars, so don't judge the avatar. This is Ava. She's been our avatar since the beginning, just as a placeholder. But Ava can walk around the mall. If you see her, I can look around, I can look down below, I can look above, I can go into a store here. I can check out this item. Maybe I want to go check out the rack of clothing, maybe a ball cap. So it really gives the shopper autonomy to look at whatever they want. I can go over here and check out Nintendo. And you just navigate using WASD, same as you would with a normal video game on a computer, or if you're on your phone, you use your thumbs, your left thumb for joystick and your right thumb to look around as your camera. Similar to first-person games. All first-person games work that way on a mobile device. And so now I can walk around different stores. I can go check things out. And of course, it's all multiplayer, so I can actually go, and if I wanted to send somebody, I can send them the QR code or copy the link and send it to them, and they can join me in the mall. We also have the ability to have video built right in, so that you can have a video feed. There we go. There's me. You can have a video feed directly from the engine, or from the editor, or from the mall, right? So you can join your friends as an avatar and video. So now you can, it's kind of like playing Fortnite, but without all the shooting. So you can go in and check out all the different stores. Like I said, the floors will be 1 million square feet each. So that almost the equivalent of a fair, medium-sized mall for every single floor. So what you see here in this floor is about 100,000 square feet. There's 10 stores here. So you can imagine what's possible. And then, the level of quality we're able to attain here. And this Harley Davidson is really a good example of what's possible from a quality standpoint. And so, yeah, that's the mall. And we're super, super excited. If anybody's interested in signing up, or coming in as a vendor of the mall, if you want to bring a brand, if you want to invest in the mall, if you want to buy a floor, let me know. It's themall.io. And with that, I want to say thank you again to Bo and everybody for having me. And I really wish you all an amazing day. CKGSB, you hold a very dear spot in my heart. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the metaverse very soon. Cheers. Peace.